Why, thank you, Busy Bee. I'm really enjoying your assistance today. Hey everyone, it's Rob the Backyard Gardener, and today I thought I would take you on a little tour of my garden so you can see what's growing on here. You know, with the dead heat of summer, and it's back to being 92 degrees again today, even though it's really not dead heat of summer anymore, I thought it'd be better to go ahead and compile into one video just everything that's growing on, kind of like a garden tour. So let's go take a look and see what I have growing. Some of the things have survived the Texas heat, and they're now getting ready for their second waves of growth and production. And then we'll even give you a peek at some of the things that I'm getting ready to harvest as well. So we'll start here with some of my peppers. I'll go ahead and insert a clip. A week ago, I picked 62 hot peppers from these serrano and jalapeno plants, as well as a few I have on the other side of the yard, which I'll show you in a minute. But they continue to produce. I told you I like to pick these guys a little bit before they start turning red. And you know, the ones I left on there are already starting to get beautiful once again. So I'm going to go through here once again and start picking some of the serrano peppers that I think are ready for ripening. While I do that, let me go ahead and show you what the other harvests look like. Probably doesn't do it justice, but this serrano pepper plant is absolutely loaded with serrano peppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick some off it, and I'll show you what I get. That is, my friend, a lot of serrano peppers. We even had one that was red hiding down there. But wow. So I've grabbed another handful off of there, and you know, I could leave these on until they turn red, but I love them green, and the more I pick them, the more they'll produce. And they're going to continue to produce over and over and over again. Man, I'll probably get another couple of hundred before the end of the growing season. Next to the serrano peppers is a Mammoth Jalapeno plant. And these guys are just starting to set fruit again. Matter of fact, this pepper is going to fall off prematurely. So I'm going to have to just pull them off now. You can see he was getting yellow. Down here is my orange habanero peppers. You can clearly see the sheer magnitude of habaneros coming in on these. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're gonna let those guys produce. And then we've got some shishito peppers coming in. Looks like a couple of shishitos on that one. Another shishito pepper plant here. Shishito plant there. And a shishito pepper plant there, and you can see that it's getting a nice shishito pepper on it as well. And then we've got the Jay's Peach Ghost by Chocolate Ghosts peppers. We got 3 of them right here. No peppers on them yet, but we are starting to get a little bit of flowers, so I'm happy about that. We've got a white devil's tail there, still waiting to get flowers. It may not produce this year. We've got an ahi habanero, which has got a few peppers on it already. We've got a Carolina Reaper down here. He's just starting to get flowers as well, so he'll start producing. This is the bigger chocolate scotch bonnet. He is starting to show signs of getting some flower buds, so probably start setting some peppers. We've got a 7-pot bubblegum large down there. He's stunted. I don't think he's going to do much. And then we've got a New Mexico Big Jim here, guys, and he is doing great. Looks like we've got a couple of New Mexico Big Jims right there. A bunch of them right here. And then if we go to his other branch, it's just getting loaded with New Mexico Big Jim peppers. And then, guys, this icebox watermelon vine's not that healthy, but we do have ourselves a nice, cute, softball size icebox watermelon. So he's probably got another 30 days till he's ready to mature up and ripen up and cut open and give a taste to, but I'm pretty happy about that as well. Continuing on, these set of plants here are the Heirloom Tomatoes. I chopped them down when they stopped producing and the flowers are dropping, and they're just now starting to come back and put on some flowers. These guys should give me a second late season harvest of beautiful tomatoes. We'll definitely get some more tomatoes out of those guys here in the next month or so. We've got a couple of Shishito Peppers plants down here. We even have a near ripening Shishito pepper down there. I've got some spicy mini bell peppers. Now they're shaped kind of like a bell pepper, but they're crossed with bell peppers and jalapenos. So they look a little different, but they come out being a super tasty bell pepper that's also has good heat. We even got another one down here as well. I've got 3 of the yellow cherry tomatoes, basically the sun gold hybrids that I've got here. They're starting to get flowers on them like crazy. These guys will probably produce, I'm hoping for 100 tomatoes over the next 60 days. We'll see how they do. I've got some Texas Russet potatoes here. They've been in the ground for about 60 days. So they've got about another 40 days left in them maybe. We'll see how they do. Down here, guys, I've got some ginger growing. Now the heat's been tough on it, but it's continuing to get bigger and bigger. And if we get down in here, you can see we've got some nice ginger forming. So I'm really stoked that we've got that in here. I could probably wait another 30 to 60 days to harvest these. I'm hoping they get bigger. I just fertilized them with some composted cow manure and some low nitrogen fertilizer. See if I can get them to put on some size here over the next 30 days before I harvest them. On my patio in a pot, I have another Carolina Reaper. He has struggled, but it looks like he's just now starting to get some flower buds coming in. So hopefully he'll do well. It's a big enough pot. Even though it's hot, he should be able to produce well into the cold season. I'm really hoping between this one and the one I showed you on this side of the yard, I get some Reaper peppers. Over on this side of the yard, I've got quite a few things going on. I've got some loofah gourds coming in. You can see the flower buds on these guys are starting to come in like crazy. The ants are checking them out. I'm not worried about them. I know we even have a loofah gourd. I'm not sure if that was set yet. It looks like it may have been. We'll give it another week to see if that turns into a gourd or not. But if not, there's lots of flower buds coming in. We've also got this sweet potato, or these sweet potato slips that are going crazy. They're actually at 6 months yesterday, so they can be harvested any time. And I took a peek in here, and there is a ton of pretty good size potatoes growing. I mean, I could pretty much look anywhere I want. So I know that this area is loaded down with potatoes. Look at this one's even hanging out of the ground. Probably need to cover that guy up a little bit. But I mean, everywhere I dig, there's sweet potatoes. I mean, everywhere I dig. So I probably need to consider harvesting them pretty soon. I mean, look at this. So the sweet potatoes are going like crazy. Like I said, I probably could harvest them now, but with sweet potatoes, you can wait as long as the season is hot and you have moisture. I'll probably end up harvesting them early to mid-October, but they're looking really good. We've got some basil here, and it's probably time to harvest that as well. And then another serrano pepper plant. And I pulled some of the peppers off these guys as well. A few more to harvest on this plant. But I'm gonna let these guys go for now, and we'll let them get more loaded down with peppers. Drop this guy in there for now. And then my Roma tomato plants are just now getting their second life. And we've got a second season late tomato up here, not quite ready to be picked yet. That's the first one that was set here in the last few weeks, and they should produce pretty well over the next couple of months. On this side of the yard, we've got a ton of jalapenos. I know we've got the red one down here, which I'll go ahead and pick. Beautiful looking red jalapeno. Normally I like to pick these green, but I'm not too concerned because I don't even think I can eat all of these jalapenos right now that are on these plants. You probably can't get a good idea of how many there are, but I will tell you, the plants are loaded with jalapenos. And I had a hornworm eating away at this, and I'll insert the video of this hornworm I found, but he was eating all of the leaves on this side. If you look here on my pepper plant, this is my jalapeno peppers, you'll notice that a lot of the leaves are gone. So as I was checking the plant out, look what we got here. Big hornworm eating away at my pepper plant. But wow, look at the jalapenos. They're literally everywhere. Everywhere. You'll remember that I was fighting the white flies, but it looks like my appears as though my watermelon's coming back to life. Strawberry patch is now dormant pretty much. It's just gonna fatten up for the winter. Look at this crazy pepper jungle, guys. This is my 3 Fresno pepper plants. And again, I could show you how much peppers are on here. They're literally loaded with peppers. I mean, everywhere you look again, there's peppers. I know I saw some really bright red ones that I want to harvest, but I believe they're down here. There we go. Got one here. Got another one right there. And it looks like even this one could use a harvesting. Probably a little early on that one, but there's 3 Fresno peppers, and again, they're absolutely everywhere. The grapevine is just a mess. You can't trim grapevines during the summer. You can cut some of the extra growth off to keep them in control, but you don't want to do a heavy pruning on grapevines in the summer because they'll just bleed out, and these guys are just begging to be trimmed. I need to trim them, but I need to wait until they go dormant, and that won't be until probably December. Back to the jalapeno plants. I mentioned it in a previous video, but once they start getting wrinkled like this, I pull them off because I like the way they taste like this. I don't need them to get red, but as they start to wrinkle, I feel like they're just taking away productivity from the plant, and it's always worked out for me. When I pick them like this, it seems to put out a whole bunch more of jalapenos. So I'm going through here right now, and I'm just picking off all of the starting to wrinkle jalapenos because they still taste great. And I'm going to allow this plant to focus its energies on producing even more of these beautiful, great tasting jalapenos. In my greenhouse, you remember the series I did last week about the cool weather crops. These guys are growing like crazy. We've got some cauliflower and some broccoli and some carrots coming in. As you can see, here's a lot of the cauliflowers coming in. The purple beans are going crazy. Again, more cauliflower and broccoli. The regular Roma beans are coming in pretty good. We've got the watermelon radish coming up. And then we've got a ton of the Swiss chard coming in as well. Pretty happy with the harvest roundup today, to add to the already harvested peppers I've got before, and a whole bunch more coming. So there you have it, everyone. That's my garden tour kind of roundup video of what's going on in the garden. I plan on updating my kiwis, my pears, my apples, my avocado series here in the next couple of weeks. Get you caught up on those as well. Just didn't have time to get all those series updated today. And plus, in this heat, they really don't do a lot right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not a subscriber, I ask that you please subscribe for more future updates. And if you could, hit the little bell indicator so that you get notifications when I do give you updates on some of my fruit trees grown from seed series. That word always sounds funny to me. And also, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching.